Hey guys, Mr. Wall here. All right, so today we're going to be looking back at the book Promises to Keep with Jackie Robinson. All right, we're doing lesson 11, which is focusing on pages 38 and 39. There is a primary source document, which means it was a letter written directly by Jackie Robinson. It's in cursive handwriting, which is the way people wrote back then. It's very difficult to read. I want you guys to try reading it on your own. I'll read it out loud to you, but it's going to be kind of slow because it's really tough to decipher his handwriting. All right, but it's a primary source document, meaning primary being one, first person, his perspective. So this is going to tell us all about his perspective, his point of view, the way he feels about segregation. All right, and that's what I want you guys to compare today: is his account of segregation. All right, his daughter's account of segregation, and his wife's account of segregation. All right, their points of view, their perspective, okay, the way they see it, the way they've experienced it. All right, and we're going to be looking specifically at the first bit of time where Jackie is playing in the major leagues, now no longer segregated. All right. So I'm going to read just the regular book to you. All right. So while Dad's teammates grew to appreciate his contribution to the team, they ignored him off the field. For the first couple of months with the Dodgers, Dad stayed to himself or with one of the black sports writers. He said he felt the loneliness most when the team traveled. By June, however, things had changed. The team warmed up to my father. On train rides, they invited him to join in their card games. Eventually, Dad felt comfortable joking around with the players. All right, so here you can see these guys are like high-fiving Jackie because you did such a good job. He's starting to get along a little bit better. All right. In the caption, all right, it says, a dad used to say that it didn't matter if somebody resents you. It only mattered if you could make him respect you. 2 months into his first major league season, my father's skill gained him the respect of his teammates and the fans. That's my dad, number 42, with Dodgers captain Pee Wee Reese, number 1. All right. So here is the reading on page 38. All right. Again, I'm just going to kind of show it to you. I got to kind of zoom in myself. All right, so I'm sorry if you're like seeing my cheek or whatever. All right, but my darling, I miss you very much, and I am glad when another day passes so I can be with you. I am sure you know how much I love you, and that my love is stronger today than it ever was before. I know that it can continue to improve, and we will love many more years of have many more years of happiness ahead. I guess by now you have had a chance to read about my weight, and I am sure this year is going to be a real good one. I feel better than I have felt for some time, and am working very hard to get into the best possible shape I can get into. Today made me feel very good as I was hitting well and moving better than I have for a long time. As a matter of fact, I believe I have a couple more years left, barring accidents. We have been working pretty hard, and I am sure everything will work out for the best. Bandy is a good ball player. My clean, but he'll have to sit on the bench and wait for an opening. I was very surprised to hit the ball so well today, so I guess that is even as I really get in shape, I'll hit better. There really isn't anything more to write about. The newspapermen seem to sense my feelings as I have told them my only aim is to get into the best possible shape and let my work do all the rest. They stay clear of me, and I am very happy for that. It makes my promise that much easier, and even if it were hard, I would be successful. I love you, darling, so much. Kiss the children for me and tell them how much I love them. Be sweet, my darling. I know being away is tough, but it only makes my love that much stronger. I keep working to hear your voice, but keep fighting myself away from the phone. I love you and want to be with you, but I am Sure you understand. Yours always, Jackie. All right, so very tough to read, and again, I'm sorry I had to butcher through that. All right, but I couldn't have a transcript, so we had to make our way through it. But it's good practice for you guys. So, you know, people still write in script. I know we don't really teach it in school as much anymore, but you know, you should get used to and accompanied to that writing. All right. Now, this last little blurb here, I want you to pay attention to. All right. So, here's how my mother remembered those early major league years. During Jack's baseball career, I attended every home game. I wanted to be with him and to experience his world. After games, I talked about how it felt to sit in the stands and hear fans yell at my husband. Jack talked about how hard it was to hold back his anger. Together, we fought off pessimism and despair. We worked hard to keep our fighting spirits alive and alert. We laughed and cried together. Most importantly, Jack was neither a victim nor a martyr, as some have characterized him. We had many triumphs and victories to celebrate during his lifetime. All right, so this is, if you remember correctly, all right, is Jackie's wife. Her name is Rachel, all right? And so I want to make sure that you're labeling your Venn diagram, all right? We're going to have Sharon Robinson's perspective. Okay, so that's Jackie's daughter, okay, who wrote the book. We have Jackie Robinson's perspective, which, of course, we know we can get from his letter. All right, and lastly, we have his wife Rachel's perspective, and that was what was in that blurb on 39, okay? So you know Jackie's perspective you can get from the letter. So guys, all right, so Jackie's perspective you can get from here, right, his point of view about segregation. How is he experiencing segregation and the effects of it in baseball? All right, Rachel, his wife, you can get from this blurb here. All right, and here you know that this is what Sharon would have written, right? I mean, it's her book. She wrote that. So this would be a good place to look for Sharon's perspective. All right, so you're going to fill out the Venn diagram, and it's the same thing, right? In the circle here is going to be stuff that's different for Jackie, things that were different for, or Jackie, different for Sharon, okay? And where they intersect, all three, that's a common experience. Where it's only two of them, that would be like Sharon and Jackie. All right, don't go too nuts with that. I really like if you could fill a fact or two into each area, that's enough. All right, so I want you guys to do that, just kind of getting ourselves back into the book. All right, I got a few more quizzes from people, still not everyone. All right, but I'll start sending out emails individually of the grade that you got. I'm also going to try to figure out a way to individualize a grade book on Google Classroom, but today I'd like to look at Google Classroom with you guys and really focus on that, just to make sure that we're all understanding how it works and that we can really transition to it fully next week, okay? So I will see you guys later, all right, at 5 o'clock on our Zoom, all right? And just keep an eye out for my messages.